You're listening to the Learn English Through Football podcast. Hello everyone. I hope you are doing well and that you are enjoying all the football. My name is Damien and I am one half of the Learn English Through Football team. And I am based here in London, where we are still having very wet weather. It really hasn't stopped raining in weeks. How about in Tokyo, where the other member of the team, Damon, is based? How are you, Damon? And what's it like over in Japan at the moment?
Hi, Damien. Good to hear from you. Well, parts of Japan have had massive snowfalls over the past few weeks, but Tokyo has escaped the worst weather. Today, there's a bit of snow in the air and it's very cold and windy. Not great footballing weather.
你依家收聽緊 languagecaster.com。
Thank you for that message, which was in Cantonese. And yes, you are listening to the Learn English Through Football podcast, formerly languagecaster.com. Right, Damien, what's on the show today?
Okay, on today's show, we're going to talk about two phrases used to describe teams at the top of the table, and specifically how well they are doing. Move clear and extend their lead. And we will finish with some predictions. We've got two big clashes, two big games to look forward to this weekend. One in the Premier League, Liverpool versus Manchester City, and one in Ligue 1 in France with Paris Saint-Germain taking on Marseille.
Sounds good. But before that, here's another stinger or message. We've already had one in Cantonese, but do you know what language the next one is in? We will have more of these throughout the show, so try and see how many you recognize. And most importantly, send us your message in your language saying you are listening to the Learn English Through Football podcast. Record it and send it to contact@languagecaster.com. Okay, here's the next stinger.
Siz languagecaster.com saytida podkastlarni tinglayapsiz.
Extend their lead. Okay, well, we are recording this show on Saturday, and the leaders in Spain and England have already won their league matches this weekend. Barcelona won 3-0 against Mallorca, while Arsenal also won 3-0. They defeated Sunderland. Arsenal are now 9 points clear at the top of the table, and although Manchester City have a game in hand, they play Liverpool tomorrow, this appears to be a big enough lead for Arsenal fans to start dreaming about winning the title. Many of the match reports here in England focus on the fact that the win has meant Arsenal have increased their lead at the top of the table. They have stretched their lead. And another way of saying this is to extend their lead. So, to extend means the same as stretch, which is when something gets bigger or longer. Before last weekend's games, Arsenal were 4 points clear of Manchester City and Aston Villa. But City dropped 2 points at Tottenham, thank you, and Villa lost at home to Brentford and then drew at Bournemouth this weekend, which means Arsenal are now 9 points clear of both of these sides. There has been a 5-point swing in only a week.
Você está escutando languagecaster.com.
So I also mentioned that Barcelona have stretched their lead at the top of the table in Spain after a comfortable 3-0 win over Mallorca. Real Madrid have yet to play, so the Catalan side are now 4 points clear at the top. They moved 4 points clear. Real Madrid travelled to Valencia under a little more pressure as they know that any kind of slip-up or mistake will mean Barcelona moving more points clear at the top. So, Let's take a look at these phrases again. To extend their lead and to move clear at the top. Both describe the leaders going further ahead of the teams in second and third positions in the league. We can also use stretch their lead and go clear at the top.
Hola a todos, estáis escuchando languagecaster.com.
Great stuff, Damien. Right, let's turn our attention to our predictions for this week's podcast. And as we said, we've got the Premier League clash between Liverpool and Manchester City, and also a Ligue 1 game between leaders PSG and third place team Marseille. Damien, what do you think about the Northwest clash between my team Liverpool and Man City?
Well, City are 9 points behind leaders Arsenal, so we'll need a win to stay in touch. But I am not sure that they will get it at Liverpool. I reckon it will be a draw, maybe 1-1.
Well, I'd probably take a draw. It wouldn't help either team in the league, but it might set Liverpool up for the run-in to the end of the season. A point against City is always good. However, I think it will be 2-0 to the Reds, with another brace for Ekitike after last week's 2 against Newcastle.
Bạn đang nghe languagecaster.com.
Okay, what about PSG versus Marseille? I have a soft spot for the team from the south of France. I worked with a fantastic guy from Marseille, Patrice, a long time ago, so I always back them, especially against their northern rivals. But a win may be beyond them, so I'll go for a 1-1 draw. Damien?
Marseille have stumbled a little in recent weeks. Remember that they didn't make it to the Champions League knockout stage, so I think Paris will easily win this one. They will have too much for their rivals. 2-0 for me.
Okay, those are our predictions, and listener, why don't you practice your predictions language with us? What do you think will happen in any games that you're watching this week, or the ones we have talked about? What do you reckon will happen? Will anyone score a brace? Let us know by coming along to our site or on any of our social media sites. You can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, and many more.
My name is Adam. I'm from Hungary. My favorite team is Ferencváros, and you're listening to languagecaster.com.
And remember, our website has a huge glossary of football terms with hundreds of expressions, phrases, and cliches about the beautiful game of football. And we have just posted a new page with lots of our weekly football expressions from the past 20 years. Let us know what you think. And of course, tell a friend about us and give us a like on your favorite podcast and social media platforms.
State ascoltando languagecaster.com.
Yes, that message was in Italian, and well done if you got that right. We have also heard messages in Uzbek, Portuguese from Brazil, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Italian. Remember, as Damon said, you can add a message in your language by sending us a recording for the Learn English Through Football podcast. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like us or leave a good review on any of your social media platforms. It's a big help. Right, let's take a quick look at some of the words and phrases from this week's show. Arsenal extended their lead at the top of the table after their win over Sunderland today, while Barcelona moved 4 points clear at the top of La Liga. Can Manchester City and Real Madrid react and cut the gap by winning their games tomorrow? Enjoy all the football this weekend, and we'll be back with another football expression early on next week. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra!